Hello, welcome back to our next assignment, guys. We're getting ready to do the university poster. Things that you're going to need. Well, you're going to need an image of a logo. You're going to need an image of the mascot. I want you to try to find a picture that represents the university. I want you guys to include 2 fields of study. Even if you don't know what you're going to do, maybe have an idea or whatever, just go find those pictures that represent that. So let's say like science or physics, engineering, whatever, and you can be specific and be like microbiology or something like this. Try to be specific if you need to be, but that's what I'm looking for. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna have to go really quick, guys. Lots to show you. So here I am. All I did was type in Iowa Hawkeyes logo. I'm just doing Iowa, make it real simple. Okay, I like this image right here. Probably go view that image. It's one of those numbers. So if you come to a screen like this, all you need to do is just go back, right click, save it from here, and away you go. Okay, you need the mascot and you need a picture of the university, and I've already found those. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and come in here and I'll show you what I'm looking for. And I'll open up this artboard here, and here I started a couple things just messing around. This is Ryan Sandberg, my favorite athlete growing up. Here's my University of Iowa poster. I started something like this. As you can see, I used that logo. I'm going to show you guys how to do this to use it as wallpaper, and then I'm going to want you guys to make that transparent. Here's the mascot. There's a lot of different things that you can do with these, and I'm going to show you, as we move forward here. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get rolling. Go to new. I'm going to go ahead and work in portrait on this one. You guys, if you want to do landscape, you can. By all means, do so. First thing is, I want you guys to start with like a background. I don't want you using a white page. I want you to use like an offset color from the background. I'm going to use. I'm going to go with a gray. Okay, something like that. Okay. And now I'm going to come in. I'm going to start bringing in my images. So I'm going to work with this guy. Zoom out. Remember, you hold down the shift key, it'll size it to proportion. Okay, bring that up over here. Okay, and then I go file again, and I'm gonna bring in Herky here. Okay, all right. So here you can see I got my 2 artboards. Now, a new one that we're going to look at too is the layers panel. So here's the layers panel. It's right over here. However, it says layers. Here I got layer 1, and that is this. The only thing I've got on layer 1 right now is this background right here, and then these images probably came in. Okay, so first thing, select the image, embed it. Select the image, embed it. Make sure it's embedded in your work. Okay, now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to create a new layer. Okay, you can name this like working layer. Okay, and now I'm going to take these 2 and I'm going to bring them up into the layer. See how the whole layer lights up? That means that's where it's going to get dropped off. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to drop that off. Open it up. Here they are. Okay, so you can also get to your artboards this way. I'm going to double click on my artboard. It's in. Oh, mine is. Okay, I'm going to zoom in on this guy, and then now I'm going to select it, and what I'm trying to do is I just want to use the yellow and the black on top. I want this border to get rid, I want to get rid of it, and also if I zoom in, guys, you can see this actually is pretty smooth, alright? It's not very pixelated. I'm going to show you another one that is when we move here. So I'm just going to come over here to image trace. I've already embedded my image. I'm going to go 3 colors, alright? There's only 3 colors in there. All right, it's initializing the pixel cluster, and there it is. All right, it's done. It should smooth things out for me. Okay, now I'm going to go to expand. All right, so now it expands it into all a bunch of anchor points and that kind of thing. Okay, and then make sure you have your selection tool selected, guys. Okay, and then I'm going to make sure everything's selected. I'm going to right click and I'm going to ungroup this. Okay, now it's ungrouped. Now I can select that border and I can delete that border. Okay, and now all I have left is the logo. So now I'm gonna select everything. I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna group this, and now I can size this down. Okay, there it is. Okay, now I got that size down. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna create another layer, and I'm gonna call this layer. Whoops. Double clicking. You can see here I can color code my layers. Okay, there's different things I can do, and you can just double click in there, and I'm gonna call this the wallpaper layer. All right, there we go. And then I'm gonna bring this right over here. You Control Alt Delete and Z, and now all I'm gonna do is I can simply just hold down the Alt key and I can start duplicating a bunch of these. Okay, doing all kinds of weird patterns. Okay, many as you need. All right, whatever the case may be, whatever you're trying to do. I'm gonna look at my layers panel here. I'm gonna close my working layer up. I'm gonna lock my first layer, that rectangle layer. Okay, because I don't want this to be edited or moved in any way. All right, and then I'm gonna select that. And then if I wanted to, I could group those. Okay, I could go ahead and select everything, and I could group that. But don't group it until you have everything where you want it. Okay, but the reason why I want to group it real quick to show you is this. Everything's selected. I'm going to right click. I'm going to group all that, and then I'm going to show you how to make this transparent so it's like in the background, just a hint of it, but it doesn't dominate the photo. So I could come over here under opacity. This is called transparency. I want you guys to learn how to do this. And I'm just going to back this down to say about 40, maybe go down 30 or so, and voila, there we go. So now you can see I have like a little, what we call like a watermark, just a hint of that logo in the background. Okay, so now I'm going to lock that layer, that walls panel layer here, and I'm going to go back to my working layer where I got Herky here. Okay, I'm going to zoom in on him. Notice how his edges are not so great. All right, so this is a pixelated image. This is a digital image, which is based on pixels, right? So when we image trace something in Illustrator, you guys got to understand, Illustrator is a vector-based drawing program. All right, so what that means, it's a mathematical program. So you can scale things to any size, really, really big, really, really small, and it does not distort the quality of the image, all right? And it does not pixelate, all right? So that's why we would bring images in and use them in Illustrator, so we can turn them from what we call a digital image to a rasterized image, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go here, and this one I'm going to do like low fidelity, okay? These are your two like best options most of the time. All right, so I'm going to go to low fidelity, but you can see that everything isn't quite smooth and just perfect, okay, but it would definitely work for what we're trying to do. Here you can see I got some things going on right here, okay? So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit, and then if I come over here to this selection, all right, the tracing panel, I can come over here, I can go to advanced, and I can start working with these things and make some adjustments. So I can go, you know, more color or less color. I can go more color. The reason why you would go less color is, believe it or not, when it's reading like this black or this yellow, it ends up reading it as like 10 different yellows, maybe 20 different blacks, right? You have a huge spectrum of black. A lot of people don't realize this, from, you know, your dark grays to your midnight blacks, I guess. So, understand that when you do color and I'm going less, that's because it actually has several different blacks, and I'm trying to say, hey, just pick one black, one yellow, that kind of thing coming down. Okay. Here's pass. I can change my pass. Noise. Noise is like busyness, things that are going on in there. I can back that down. I can turn it up. Okay. And try to get some of that noise out of there. Okay. And then I have something like this. Okay. And then, again, still got to do the same thing. Now, I could continue with, I could go back and try to change my tracing results. You know, I had custom. I could go back to high fidelity. Maybe that one would be better. I could try several different ones. You guys might just need to play and get the look that you're looking for on this particular example, okay? So, I like what I have here, so now I'm going to go to expand. I'm going to expand all that, and then I'm going to right click and I'm going to ungroup it. And then I'm going to come over here, grab my selection tool, deselect, and I'm going to go back. You can see it has that border around there. I'm going to get rid of that border. I'm going to zoom in. I got something going on around this shoe. A little icon here that comes up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a little box around this thing, and I'm going to backspace and delete that. Okay. I'm going to select that and backspace and delete that. I'm going to zoom in because it's ticking me off. All right. There we go. Backspace that. Select that. Back. Oh, took up too much. All right, that's good enough. I'm trying to show you guys a tutorial, so remember, people would go a little crazy with this if you're doing this for a living, right? So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to group it all back all together, so that way it's all one image. Okay, and then there we have it. Okay. So now what I could do is I could bring him over here. I go to my artboard, get that artboard in there. Okay. Look at my layers panel again. I'm still working on my layers here. And maybe I want to size him up. I don't know. Maybe I want him to be a big watermark in there, right? Something like that. And then maybe I want to change the opacity of him. Okay, and then so you see like these Hawkeye guys in there, right? Obviously I don't want them there, so maybe I would lock Herky. Oops. See what I did there, guys? I locked this and I have the group, so I need to unlock it. And when I grouped those, I must have grouped those in the working layer. I don't know if you guys saw that. All by design, meant to do it, totally did. So now I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to take it up to my wallpaper. Oops, it's locked. I'm going to take it up to my wallpaper. Voila. And now it is in the wallpaper layer where I wanted it. It is out front. And now Herky is on that working layer. Now I can have him disappear. And here they are. And so now you can see that Herky's, in the right in front of some of these. So I would actually have to, select these, right click, ungroup it, deselect it, and then just start selecting these and move them out of the way and start arranging them in a way that's not in Herky's way, right, or on top of him, whatever. Okay, and then I can work with them later. Okay, something like that maybe. Open that back up, and there you can see him here, and I can just, again, continue to move this around and get the look that I'm looking for. Okay, so that's the first half of this video, working with tracing with image trace, working with the logos, working with the mascot, getting the look how you want it, getting the background set up, working with multiple layers. Make sure you guys are checking that. And then I'm going to show you in the next video, I'm going to show you guys some text effect that you guys can do with this particular project. Okay? I will get you guys on the next video. Peace out.